Mark, aren't you a Christian? I get this question a lot because of my views about the southern border. The question tells me they have a fundamental misunderstanding of what's actually happening at our borders. They'll always use a specific example to make their point. Maria, a young mother who makes it to the border with her 2 children. They'll say she needs compassion, not a wall. I know Maria's story, but you'll only hear part of it from the liberal media. They won't tell you the harsh reality of what's actually happened. It goes something like this. She sets out, say, from Colombia on a journey that lasts over a month. Together with her 2 children, she braves filthy and dangerous roads through Central America, over treacherous mountains, through infested jungles, in scorching heat or brutal cold, until finally reaching our southwest border. It's very possible Maria and her 2 young children were sexually assaulted on the journey. But you rarely hear about that. Maria crosses illegally, but gives herself up to the authorities who detain her for processing. Within a few days, maybe in a few hours, Maria will be released in the United States as part of this current administration's catch and release policy. You will hear about the humanitarian plight of women like Maria in the news, but you won't hear about the smugglers and cartels she had to pay to help her get through that journey. You won't hear how Maria and others like her are used as camouflage by the cartels. As Border Patrol agents respond to migrants illegally crossing, they're pulled off the front lines, away from their enforcement and national security mission, leaving the border unpatrolled and wide open. The cartels exploit these unpatrolled areas to push drugs, criminals, and national security threats across our border. You and our Border Patrol agents see Maria, but often miss the smuggler carrying in fentanyl, maybe just a few ounces. But even that much of this deadly opioid is enough to take the lives of a stadium full of people. That smuggler is among those we call a gotaway, someone who illegally enters through our border and avoids apprehension because the Border Patrol agents are overwhelmed. During the Biden administration, there have been 1.7 million of these known gotaways, and we know at least some percentage of the gotaways are violent criminal offenders and national security threats. So, is Maria the only type of person illegally entering the country? I don't think so. And we shouldn't decide our policy based on that false assumption. You see, while the focus of our Border Patrol agents is being carefully hijacked by the cartel's sophisticated distraction techniques, our Christian compassion is also being hijacked by the open border advocates, politicians, and mainstream media, all hiding the truth from the American people regarding the impact to our nation's safety, health, and national security. But it doesn't have to be this way. What if these perilous journeys were discouraged? In addition to crippling the cartel's profit from their human smuggling operations, how about fewer rapes, fewer exploited children, fewer deaths? And what about this? Restoring agents and resources to the front lines so we can increase our country's national security. So, to answer the question, yes, I'm a Christian. And my faith is precisely why I won't stand for open border advocacy and the disregard of national security. That is the antithesis of compassion. And I will not let our compassion be hijacked. I'm Mark Morgan, former Commissioner of the United States Customs and Border Protection, for Edify.